Creator of VPN tier list.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about WireGuard. Now, if you're unfamiliar with WireGuard, basically what it is a new VPN protocol that promises to be better than what the industry standard is OpenVPN. Basically, WireGuard promises that it uses more kind of tighter code. There's not as much extra stuff going on behind the scenes. It's newer. OpenVPN has been around for quite a long time. So WireGuard promises to be a more modern technology application for encryption for VPN. It promises to be very good to be used on mobile devices, less battery uses, and overall to be much faster, but still remains secure with new cryptography techniques and stuff like that. So a lot of people have high hopes for WireGuard in that it will be the next best thing for VPN. So today we're going to be trying it out with TorGuard VPN since they support WireGuard, and we're going to be trying it on the PC application. We're also going to be doing a speed comparison test between OpenVPN with TorGuard and WireGuard with TorGuard. See what kind of results you can get. Alright guys, so to enable WireGuard on TorGuard VPN, basically what you're going to do is go to your account panel, go to Tools, Enable WireGuard Access, and it's going to take you to this page. So what you want to do is click Download Configuration File and click Save. Now, depending on the browser you're using, I found that this can be a little bit buggy for some reason. So if you can't get this working with your normal browser, try a different browser. It does work with Microsoft Edge. You can download the configuration file that way. In Chrome, for some reason, it doesn't let you click Download here. It won't load the file to download. Alright guys, so once you downloaded that file from TorGuard VPN, go ahead and click Import Tunnel, and then go to USA Network. So this is the file and the information that it needed. We could click Activate, and it's probably going to ask us for login information. So once you imported it and you click Activate, there you go. So we are now connected to WireGuard. Very simple to do, very cool. Let's go ahead and do a speed test. We are connected to WireGuard, and we're going to click Go. So one thing about this speed test that does need to be considered is that it is in New York, and I'm not really that close to New York. So these speeds are going to be slower than normal, but we could compare the similar server that TorGuard has on OpenVPN with New York as well to get a good representation of if there's any increase or speed or anything like that. Alright guys, so this is the previous speed test for WireGuard. We connect to New York server with AES 256 Open Connect, similar to OpenVPN. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and test out the speed comparison between what TorGuard can offer with this and WireGuard. Alright guys, so in summation, is WireGuard worth using? Well, I think that has some pretty serious pros and cons. As you saw from this video testing out WireGuard on the PC, I actually got slower speeds than I did with TorGuard's OpenVPN. Maybe just having it inside the app makes it better. I'm not sure. Maybe WireGuard just isn't fleshed out enough yet. My speed tests were much slower than normal since I could only use New York servers for TorGuard, and this is one of the problems with WireGuard in that most of the VPNs that support it in testing phase don't have many servers to test from, which means you're not going to get as fast as speeds as you probably can with the OpenVPN. I did notice a little bit quicker speeds for WireGuard for cell phone use, so maybe if you want to test out WireGuard on your smartphone, it could be good to use. It's also supposed to have a little bit better battery life on mobile since the code base is smaller and it's just a little bit more compact. WireGuard can be used on VPN routers pretty easily, mostly just new ones that support that kind of functionality, the new VPN routers. So you can also test it there if you want to do that. Overall though, I think it's good to see WireGuard being implemented in testing, and it will be interesting to see how it develops inside the actual applications of VPN providers. I think adding it as a protocol option is going to be very cool to see, and definitely something I'm looking forward to. But as of right now, I don't think it's worth using yet. Not many VPNs support it either. AirVPN doesn't support it. They don't think it's secure enough. WireGuard doesn't support it. A lot of the bigger VPNs don't really support it. Some VPNs do, like TorGuard, Molvad VPN, VPN.ac, a couple others do support it for testing, which I think is also important to let people know about it and test it. And maybe this will mean the implementations of WireGuard come a little bit quicker than some of the other VPN providers. But as you saw from this test, it's not necessarily going to be much faster yet. It's not as secure as OpenVPN is right now. It's not tried and true and audited like OpenVPN has been. OpenVPN may not be as technologically advanced, but it's still very secure, and it has great app implementations of it, with most VPN providers having their own custom apps with a lot of kill switches and various other settings and configurations you can use with OpenVPN protocol. Some VPN providers even think WireGuard is bad for privacy and that it could collect logs. One of the VPNs to implement WireGuard says that at Azure VPN, we care about our no logging policy. That's why all of our servers are running on diskless hardware and all log files are piped to dev/null. But when it comes to WireGuard, the default behavior is to have an endpoint and allowed IP visible in the server interface, which does not really work with our privacy policy. We shouldn't know about your source IP and cannot accept it having it visible on our servers. Perfect Privacy is another reputable VPN that argues that WireGuard is not even usable without logs, claiming that WireGuard has no dynamic address management. The client addresses are fixed. That means we would have to register every active device of our customers and assign the static IP addresses on each one of our VPN servers. In addition, we would have to store the last login timestamp for each device in order to reclaim unused IP addresses. Our users would then not be able to reconnect your devices after a few weeks because the addresses would have been reassigned. It is particularly important to us that we do not create or store any connection logs at all. Therefore, we cannot store the above registration and login data that would be required for WireGuard to operate. So there does seem to be a little bit of mixed opinions about WireGuard. Now some VPNs like Movad don't collect logs, and I know that WireGuard doesn't collect logs, so I'm not sure that these VPNs totally get the idea of WireGuard or implementing it. I'm sure, as with all VPN protocols and all VPNs, there's different ways to collect logs and not collect logs. The technology is quite advanced, and I'm sure that WireGuard can perhaps be adapted to not collect logs and stuff and be secure and private in the future. That's just something that will have to come to be. Anyways, guys, thanks for checking out this video on me testing out WireGuard with PC. I know some of you wanted to see this video and see how it works. Ultimately, the application is very easy to use if you have a VPN that supports WireGuard, like WireGuard or something like Movad VPN. However, at this date, it's not really recommended that much except for testing, since it's not super fast and perhaps there's not many servers to test it with, and a lot of people think it's not very secure. Anyways, guys, thanks for checking out this video, and I'll see you again very soon on the next video.